Morning, everyone. It's Josh here from Racing to Profit. You can hopefully see the three tips above from the members post for the Becher chase in what is possibly my most enjoyable, I think is the word, racing day of the year, or one of them certainly. There's always a bit of excitement and anticipation with races over the Grand National fences, and obviously this is the first go over them of the season. Instead of writing copious amounts of notes, I thought I would try and record as brief a video as possible. The three I've gone with. Via Leon Rouge is kind of the solid, been there and done it in all conditions. He won the race, I should say, as always. Well, I'm in Gigi's gold again. Yeah, he won the race in 2016, as you can see here, off 142. He came second, staying on second to walk in the mill last year. There's possibly a bit more pace on paper, at least. Which may help him this time. He won an okay Vets chase at Chepstow, kind of staying on late. They've kind of given him a spin over hurdles to kind of keep him going, I suppose. The yard are in fantastic form, as you can see here. David Pipe 6 from 19, 10 places the last 14 days, and Pipe and Skewer 4 from 12.5 in the last 14 as well. Hello Bud has won this race twice before with a kind of gap in between. And having looked through it, on the chance that a fair few of these may not take to the fences or get round, I thought he looked solid. I'll come on to the other kind of 10 to 1 shot or so I was kind of weighing up. I have gone with 3, which is rare, especially outside of a big festival handicap, but I do like this race. And hopefully we can find another Oscar Time or Highland Lodge at decent odds from recent years. The first of those at kind of decent price, I suppose, kind of 16 plus. Wandering Star, first run over the fences. You never really know how they're going to take to it. He was possibly a tad lucky last time, given the late, but he was staying on. He arrives in form. He does kind of need 40 odd plus days between races. This appears to have been the plan. He's fairly lightly raced in handicaps. Well, there could be more to come this season. He's got enough experience, while also the potential that there could be more to come this season, and he could progress a bit further. Soft ground is no problem for him. That Kempton run was decent in a decent race. I just think 26 furlongs around here, kind of proper galloping over the Grand National course in soft, if, always a big if, he takes to the fences, I thought he could outrun his 16 to 1 price. Kim Bailey and David Bass with the Last Samurai obviously have a decent record over these fences. Hopefully he can kind of lay up just behind the pace. You want kind of 16s plus, in my view, with some of these that have never run over the fences before. It could be obvious early that he's not taking to them. Enough horses have won this race without ever running over fences at all at Aintree, including the Grand National fences. They take a bit less jumping than they used to, but they visibly still look, or visually, I should say, still look imposing, and that does scare enough horses, and you have to stay much better, I think, now. So I don't think stamina will be a problem, and not in this ground. It is just whether if he gets into a rhythm and it's clear he's pinging them, we could have some fun. So I wanted a kind of younger, could be more to come type on side at a price, and that's the one I landed on. Then we moved to the opposite end of the spectrum with Mystery at 20s, his 30s on the machine, and there's quite a bit of liquidity on there, so you can probably get a bet matched at a much bigger price than 20s. M. Scudamore in form the last 14 days. The horse, he needs a career best. I know he's 11. These kind of races, you could argue it's more about handling conditions, handling the fences and staying. Well, not more, but that's as important, or could be argued, as having a proper up-and-comer unexposed one. And in this race, there is no set profile of horses that do well. The 10 to 12-year-old brigade have a fairly decent record in this, and certainly one that wouldn't put you off an older horse if you like the price. He kind of hacked up last time. He's travelled strongly. The blinkers appear to have transformed him to a degree. That run in the Ida Chase was decent. Cross Park would then follow up and run really, really well in the Scottish National. That's solid, decent form. As is that Kelso run. They doled off a few fences there. You really had to stay, but he beat them well enough, including one for Arthur. He kind of travelled behind the pace really, really strongly. He's a very good jumper at his best. Again, he hasn't run over these fences before. I should say, having said that, Wandering Star has ran over the Mildmay course before when it all happened a bit too quick for him on good ground over 25 furlongs, I think. Anyway, yeah, Mystery, I'm hoping he will take to the fences. Again, like I just said, you never truly know. That's why I kind of like a big price. But if he's tracking the pace and jumping, and he's anywhere there, kind of 2 out and over the last, I can't think many in this are going to outstay him past the elbow. And if he's there, he should keep going. And I thought he looked an interesting outsider as I tick around to 6.5 minutes. What other ones should I mention? The kind of annoying one, and I was weighing up, was definitely Red. In the end, I've gone to Villon Rouge because of his record in this race and over these fences. He was hampered early in the Grand National last year, year before. He was generally travelling and jumping okay. He is 10 now. I kind of thought something might have a bit more in hand. He's got 11 stone 10 to carry. This may have been the plan, although I think they're eyeing up the Grand National. I thought there may be stronger stayers in these conditions. Most of his best performances and wins have been in small fields where he's kind of raced prominently, jumped well. I wouldn't put anyone off a saver on him. I didn't really want to tip 4 in a race. In the end, I've gone with Villon Rouge with kind of a fair bit less weight on his back. But I can see the case. He's now on 157. He's got a touch of class. If he races prominently and getting in a rhythm, he might keep going. Though I thought there may be stronger stayers kind of in the last kind of 2 or 3 furlongs, but I may have that wrong. Those were the 4 I was kind of homing in on. If I just quickly, as I tick around the 7.5 minutes, go through the market, I really didn't like the top of the market that were kind of around 8s. I didn't want to wade in for one for Arthur. He might need an extra mile. If they go hell for leather and go hard and they fall in a hole, in theory he'll keep staying on, but obviously he's had his issues. The Grand National is the main plan, I think. But, I can see why people fancy him. I didn't like Hates. I didn't think that was overpriced. Neither did I for Vintage Clouds, who, God, he didn't jump well last time out. He's a cliff horse for many. Clearly, he has bits and pieces of form. Everyone knows his form inside out. If he gets on a rhythm on the front end and is jumping well, he will stay. He'll handle conditions. The yard are in better form. He will come on for that run, but it was still a tad poor for me in the context of his price. I can't have McCulley's Hill, who was 6s. He's gone out to 8s a bit. He's just so inexperienced. He fell 2 starts ago at Cheltenham. He's 1 from 5. I just thought he doesn't have enough runs, chase experience in the context of his odds. I'd want kind of 16s for a horse like that. Yes, he won last time out. Yes, he's progressive. The yard are in form. He could still be well handicapped. Clearly, I'm not going to put you off if you like his price, and I could see him running a big race. But it's if he takes to these fences, if this big field, grade 3 handicappers, if he handles all that, he'll run well. But for me, that was a short price to find out, as it was for Kimberlite Candy. Some of the same questions. Putting first-time cheek pieces on first run of the season, 8-1, not for me. Walk in the Mill was just a bit too poor last time out. Pulled up. I know he got tired. He was probably looked after. Maybe that was a blessing. Horses that have pulled up before their last run have an okay record in this. But now they put cheek pieces on, which raises a bit of a question for me. Obviously, he's only up £4 from last time. He's last year's winner. So, I can see the case at 8 and 9s. But again, for me, not big enough. I've touched on definitely Red. I couldn't have the rest. As to me, I thought would find stronger stayers. If this is soft, 26 furlongs. Yes, he stayed at Kelso on decent ground in a small field where he's raced prominently. I thought there may be stronger stayers here. Alfred Zoba has to lug around 11, 12. I didn't think he was a kind of a grade 1 horse now in a handicap. I would think something with a lesser weight and a bit more in hand, but he's got that weight and he's got that rating because on what he's done in the past, he's the best horse in the race. The likes of this run at Gurren are decent. A repeat of that, he had a £7 claim, a £4 lower, kind of £11 less on his back. You know, some small field runs. He does have bits and pieces. I could see him going well for a long way. He went well for a long way in the National before, well, not a long way actually. It was a long bloody. No, it was only the 13th fence when he absolutely walked through the chair. Whether or not that brings back bad memories for him, we shall see. Optic again has a lot of weight. This doesn't look like it's been a plan. 14 days since he kind of tailed off. Again, I thought better handicap. His jumping can be a bit iffy, so we'll see how he does at this track. He fell in the Grand National. He is 16, so I can kind of see the case, but big weight. He had a hard couple of races, well, 3 hard races this season so far. I was happy to leave. I could leave Ballydyne. Charlie Longston isn't in great form. It's his first run of the season, first run over the fences. The booking of Leighton Aspel suggests they're expecting a big run, given his form around here over these fences. Lebrul's a boat. He does stay. He was pulled up last time out. I wasn't that keen. Abolitionist 11. Older, there's a lot of horses have a lot better form than him in this, as do they for Minella Celebration and Like the Sound. Regal Flows 12 now. I can leave him even at 100. So I honed in on 3 as I tick around to 12 minutes. Definitely Red was the other one. I was kind of tossing up between him and Violon Rouge, and such is my luck, or not even luck. In and out form would be the description at the moment. No doubt I've picked the wrong bloody one, but yes, those kind of the 4, and I've honed in on 3 for kind of tipping and wading in purposes, and we shall see how they get on. So hopefully you found that quick whiz through interesting enough. Maybe I should touch on pace. You know, there's a few here that it could be strongly enough run. I'm hoping Wandering Star might track. Violon Rouge is normally midfieldish, but maybe he'll track the pace. Mystery tracked the pace and was prominent last time out. I hope they do the same. He has the legs to hold that position. I'll click on the Instant Expert. Great tool. You can put in all the conditions here. If I put handicap chasers, for those of you who may want to do your own little bit of research, you may want to use that dashboard of winning form to pause the video now and have a look and home in on some horses if you want. So yes, I will shut up now. I was hoping that might be 5 to 7 minutes. As always, I overshot that mark and we tick round to 13. But yes, I now need to kind of hurry up, write some notes for my other tips in the members post, and get a move on, so I need to get to entry. So yes, enjoy your day. It's a cracking day's racing, and best of luck as always with any bets. If you've got any selections, thoughts, whatever, post a comment. I may not be able to reply today, but anyway, yes, best of luck. This is Josh saying thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and until the next time, bye for now.